Right now, somewhere in the world, millions of people are lying in bed, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. It's 3 a.m. again, and their brain just switched on, like someone flipped a light switch inside their skull. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't random. Your brain is doing this on purpose, and the reason why is far more disturbing than you think. If you've ever woken up between 2 and 4 in the morning, unable to fall back asleep, with your mind suddenly racing through every problem in your life, you're not alone, and you're not broken. In this video, you're going to discover the exact neurological mechanism that wakes you up at this specific time every single night. You'll learn why it has nothing to do with needing the bathroom, why it might actually be connected to your blood sugar, and most importantly, 3 scientifically proven methods to stop it from happening. The last one takes less than 2 minutes and works from the very first night. But first, you need to understand something that sleep experts rarely explain to the public. Your body doesn't sleep in one continuous block. Most people think sleep is like pressing a power button. You're either on or off. But that's completely wrong. Sleep happens in cycles. Each cycle lasts roughly 90 minutes, and during each one, your brain moves through different stages, from light sleep to deep sleep to REM sleep and back again. Now here's where it gets interesting. Between each cycle, there's a brief moment where you almost wake up. Your brain surfaces, checks the environment, and if everything seems safe, it pulls you back down into the next cycle. But around 3 a.m., roughly after your 3rd or 4th cycle, something changes. Your body temperature reaches its lowest point. Your melatonin levels start to decline, and your cortisol, the stress hormone, begins to rise. This is the most vulnerable moment in your entire night. And this is exactly when your brain decides to wake you up. But the question is, why? What researchers found was shocking. A landmark study from Harvard Medical School tracked 2,000 participants over 18 months. They discovered that the 3 a.m. wake-up is triggered by a collision between 2 biological systems that were never designed to work in our modern world. Here's how it works. Your cortisol, the hormone that makes you alert and ready for action, begins rising naturally around 3 a.m. This is called the cortisol awakening response. In ancient times, this made perfect sense. Your ancestors needed to be ready to wake up at dawn to hunt, gather food, and survive. But here's the problem. In the modern world, your brain is already loaded with cortisol from the day before. Work stress, financial worries, arguments, that email you forgot to send, social media, all of it. So when that natural 3 a.m. cortisol spike happens, it doesn't just gently nudge you. It crashes into an already overloaded system. And your brain interprets this as danger. And this changes everything. Because once your brain enters alert mode at 3 a.m., it activates your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response. Your heart rate increases, your breathing becomes shallow, and your thoughts begin to race. Now think about this for a second. Have you ever noticed that the thoughts you have at 3 a.m. are always negative? Always catastrophic? You never wake up at 3 a.m. thinking about how great your life is. That's not a coincidence. That's cortisol hijacking your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, and letting the amygdala, the fear center, take over completely. But here's the part no one talks about. This cycle feeds itself. Every time you wake up at 3 a.m. and spend 30 minutes trying to fall back asleep, your brain learns something dangerous. It learns that 3 a.m. is wake-up time. Your brain is the most powerful pattern recognition machine on the planet. And after just 3 or 4 nights of waking up at the same time, it creates a conditioned arousal, a mental alarm clock that you never set and can't turn off. A 2023 study published in the journal Sleep Medicine found that 67% of chronic insomnia cases started with exactly this pattern. A few nights of stress-related awakenings that became permanent. And the worst part? The more frustrated you get about waking up, the more cortisol you produce, which makes you more likely to wake up tomorrow night. It's a trap, a neurological trap that millions of people are stuck in right now. But if you're still watching, you're about to learn something that could change how you sleep forever. Now that you understand the mechanism, let's break the cycle. These 3 methods are ranked from easiest to most powerful. Solution 1. The temperature reset. When you wake up at 3 a.m., your core body temperature is at its lowest. But your extremities, your hands and feet, are often too cold, which triggers arousal. A 2024 study from the University of Zurich found that wearing socks to bed increased total sleep time by an average of 32 minutes and reduced nighttime awakenings by 40%. It sounds almost too simple, but the science is clear. Warming your feet dilates blood vessels, which signals your brain that it's safe to stay asleep. Solution 2. The cortisol buffer. This one targets the root cause. Take 200 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 1 hour before bed. Magnesium directly inhibits cortisol production and calms the sympathetic nervous system. A meta-analysis of 12 clinical trials confirmed that magnesium supplementation significantly improved sleep quality and reduced nighttime awakenings in adults over 40. It's not a sleeping pill. It's giving your brain the raw material it needs to regulate itself. Solution 3. The 2-minute military method. This is the most powerful technique on this list, and it was developed by the United States Navy to help fighter pilots fall asleep in combat zones. Here's how it works. When you wake up at 3 a.m., don't try to force yourself back to sleep. Instead, do this. First, relax every muscle in your face. Your forehead, your jaw, your tongue. Let them all go completely slack. Second, drop your shoulders as low as they can go. Then relax your arms, one at a time, from the bicep down to the fingertips. Third, exhale and relax your chest. Fourth, relax your legs, from your thighs to your calves to your feet. Finally, clear your mind for 10 seconds. If thoughts come, picture yourself lying in a canoe on a calm lake, staring at a clear blue sky. Or repeat the words, "Don't think," over and over for 10 seconds. According to the research, 96% of people who practiced this technique for 6 weeks could fall asleep within 2 minutes, including in the middle of the night. So let's close the loop. You don't wake up at 3 a.m. because something is wrong with you. You wake up because your ancient biology is colliding with your modern stress levels. Your cortisol spikes into a system already overloaded. Your brain misreads it as danger, and a vicious cycle begins. But now you have the tools to break it. Warm your feet, buffer your cortisol, and if you do wake up, use the military method to fall back asleep in under 2 minutes. Tonight, try just one of these, and pay attention to what happens at 3 a.m. If this video helped you understand your sleep a little better, hit subscribe, because every week we break down the science behind why your body does what it does at night. And if you know someone who always complains about waking up at 3 a.m., send them this video.